only way to learn a new programming language is by writing programs in it. I loved this beautiful quote by Dennis Ritchie, who created the C programming language. It is a shame he did not get the popularity that he really deserves. Hello and welcome back. In our previous lesson, we learned what JavaScript is, its various versions, and its applications. In this particular lesson, we will be focusing on the installation of Visual Code. We programmers, we are mostly learn by doing types. No amount of academic study or watching other people code can compare to breaking open an editor and start making mistakes. So in this lesson, we will be taking our very first step to coding, that is choosing the perfect IDE. I highly recommend the use of Visual Code because of its amazing features and how user-friendly it is. And it's free as well. Though I know some of you will argue that VS Code is not a proper IDE. And guys, let me tell you one thing, you are not wrong. In fact, the community describes it as a freeware source code editor. But VS Code is so highly extensible that with the right set of plugins and extensions, we developers can coax it into behaving similarly to some full-fledged IDEs. In fact, we can safely conclude that VS Code is a much better software tool for someone who is into web development. Since VS Code comes with inbuilt support for Node.js development with JavaScript and TypeScript. So, 3 cheers for VS Code. Now let us start with the installation of Visual Code. I will be showing you the step-by-step procedure to install Visual Code. Let us begin. Firstly, go to your favorite browser and search for Visual Code. Click on Download Visual Code from code.visualstudio.com. When the website opens, you can see the option to download for Windows. Just click on the download button, then it starts downloading the executable file. Once the file is downloaded, open it and minimize the browser. Click on the Run button of the downloaded file. After that, click on I accept the agreement and click on Next. The next step indicates the location where the Visual Code will be installed on our operating system. If you want to change the path, you can select your desired location and then click on Next. This step asks you if you want to create a Start menu folder. Just keep it unchecked and click on Next. This step includes some additional options to choose, such as creating a desktop icon, etc. So check all the options and then click Next. This step almost completes the installation. Once all the files are extracted, click Next. Visual Studio Code takes a few seconds to install, so wait for it to complete. Click on Finish. If you want to launch Visual Code after downloading, tick mark Launch Visual Code option and then click on Finish. So this launches the Visual Code. Hooray! We have successfully installed Visual Code. Guys, I'm really happy now. This was super easy. Now let us come back and try to understand the various icons present inside VS Code and how we can use the editor like a pro. So after you open the VS Code, on the left-hand side, you can see various icons. So, the very first icon, which looks like two files, it is called Explorer. Once you click on Explorer, a separate menu with a button, Open Folder, appears. We can open the entire folder or a particular file using this option. Now, let us create a new file for JavaScript. For that, click on the File option present at the top of the editor. Click on New File. In the left menu, a file will be created. We can name the file with the extension according to the language we intend to code in. For JS, name the file as demo.js. Observe that as soon as you name the file, Visual Code detects the type of file with the extension. Use Ctrl+S to save your file. Press Ctrl+F to find content in the current file. If you want to search in the whole folder, use the search icon which is at the left of the Visual Code. The third icon after search is for version control. VS Code has very good support for Git. The fourth option is for debugging. The last icon is for extensions. We can use various extensions which are given by the VS Code community. You can search for any programming language and it gives us the recommendations to choose from. So I hope you guys too installed the VS Code in your systems successfully. If you still have any issues in the installation part, do let us know in the Q&A section. Now that we have installed VS Code, let us see some features that will boost productivity. The first one that will amaze you is Intellisense. Intellisense basically offers code completion and quick information on the function's parameters list. This means that it will help you arrange your parameters which you pass when you call a function in the order in which the arguments originally defined in the function definition. How to use this feature? You just have to press Ctrl plus space in the code to see the various parameters. The second interesting feature is code navigation. This helps in navigating between files when you are exploring a project. When you are working on a task, you will find yourself quickly jumping between the same set of files. VS Code provides two powerful commands to navigate in and across files with easy-to-use key bindings. Hold Ctrl and press Tab to view a list of all the files open in an editor group. To open one of these files, use Tab again to pick the file you want to navigate to. Then release Ctrl to open it. Alternatively, you can use Alt plus left and Alt plus right to navigate between files and edit locations. If you are jumping around between different lines of the same file, these shortcuts allow you to navigate between those locations very easily. The third feature that we will learn about is breadcrumbs. No, they aren't literally breadcrumbs from food. It is the navigation bar in VS Code. You can quickly navigate between folders, files, and symbols. Here, the src vs base is the navigation, including folders and files. Another extension is Prettier Plus. Simply said, it keeps your code clean. If you do not want to spend hours debugging your code, just use this. Search for Prettier Plus in the extensions. As you can see, it has around 100,000 installations with 5-star reviews. This validates how popular it is. Though there are a couple more solutions, I like this one the best. Click on Install. Now remember, these keyboard shortcuts for Mac, Shift plus Option plus F. For Windows, Shift plus Alt plus F. For Linux, Control plus Shift plus I. After you are done writing code, just click on Shift plus Alt plus F and voila, it will format your code properly. In addition to extensions, you can also personalize VS Code by installing themes. You can open the extension panel and type in a search. If you find a theme that you like, you can click the Install button. You will have to reload after installing, but other than that, there's nothing to it. Some popular themes are Night Owl, Dracula, Noctis, 1E Dark Pro. So let us install Dracula for now. Search for Dracula in the extension search bar. As you can see, there are so many variants of Dracula themes. I will go with the official Dracula theme. Click on Install and you are all done. Now here is a fun exercise for you. Explore more themes and extensions and see if you can find out anything interesting. Share with other students and see who gets the most upvotes. Well, bye for now. We will meet very soon in the next lecture.